Cheers, everybody. Welcome back to another beer review. And this one, well, it's a time of year, boys and girls. Cat's been a twat, as usual. It's a time of year that the likes of Tesco and Morrison start to clear out the old and bring in the new. And for me personally, I've decided to really, over the past 6 months, I've decided just to leave the supermarkets alone in a way, unless there's something there which really sticks out for me. And of course, when they're clearing out the old stuff, it's kind of like, they sell it off quite quickly and quite cheaply. So I kind of like stood back and waited for this, really. I picked up about 3 or 4 beers from Tesco today, and the first one has been out, I think, since November. It was, I think, only available in a 4-pack. I picked up the 4-pack for about a fiver. So we've got a Northern Monk, and it is a can of their Faith in Custard. This is a collaboration with an artist called Lemaow, who resides in Manchester, and she's got a character called Gary, apparently. So there you go. So it's not really a proper collaboration, but they class it as a collaboration. Someone brews a beer and someone designs a can. So there you go. This is clocking in at 4.6% ABV. What can I tell you about this? Hazy pale ale with rhubarb and vanilla custard flavours. It's not a trifling matter, it says. I'll be honest. Reason why I didn't spend, £8 when it was out, when it was available first time for about £8 is because of it. It's because of that. It's rhubarb and custard pale ale. It stinks of flavourings, doesn't it? It really does. So let's just crack it open like we do. And pour it out. Let's just pour it straight out. I haven't been doing much on this channel past week. If you notice, sometimes you like to, take a little break, freshen yourself up a bit, and go back to it. If you know what I mean. If you've been doing it as long as me, it's I find it beneficial. Put it that way. Beer in a glass, very pale looking, pear drop colour, thin in head, lots of carbonation, tons of carbonation. Let's get the aroma, shall we? Yeah, custard, definitely there. You're getting a little bit sherbetness there. Not picking up much rhubarb, to be honest, but definitely smells custard. It smells of flavourings. I'll be honest, it's incredibly gimmicky. I'm gonna go in. Cheers, everyone. This is the problem. This is the reason why I didn't pay £8 for it. It's all in that glass. As soon as you go in, it feels thin. It feels very, very thin. You pick up the flavourings. You pick up the custard. It's there. There's a slight hint of rhubarb. For me, the rhubarb is not as much there. Okay. So we've got a beer, which for me, you do pick up an essence of slight maltiness there to tell you it is a beer, but it's absolutely caked in flavouring. Now, Northern Monk, I've got a lot of time for them. If I go to a supermarket, the two breweries which I do levitate towards is Vocation and Northern Monk. No one else does it for me. We look at their beers. No one else really. If I had a choice between the two, it would be Vocation over Northern Monk. But then we come to beers like this, which for me, Yeah, I should see it as a gimmick. Yeah, you know, your boys, rhubarb and custard. It's gimmicky. It may be gimmicky and everything, but I want to know about the beer underneath all these flavourings. I want to know the quality of the beer underneath all these flavourings because you know when I look at Northern Monk now, it's always a question of economics for me. It's always how much they're making it for and how much they're selling it for. Same with Vocation because they're all in the supermarkets. So when I look at a beer like this, it feels like you've got a very, very ordinary beer brewed most probably dead cheap. Okay, this is coming from if I was running Northern Monk and a supermarket came to me and said to me, could or whatever, or you fancy doing a rhubarb and custard pale or whatever, I would think, well, how are we going to do this and how are we going to make money on it? We got to brew this beer dead cheap, cheapest malt, cheapest hops, everything. Then just cake it with flavour. And that, for me, is what this beer feels like. If you wanted a rhubarb and custard pale ale, it ticks the box. It does. You're getting the flavours. I'm getting the rhubarb now. You're getting the sherbetiness. Because like them, I think there was a sweet one there, rhubarb and custard sweets, weren't they? It's basically that for me. But if you want to question that beer, this beer, underneath it all, it's really impossible because it's so much caked with all these flavourings. The flavourings are over egged the cake, if you know what I mean. So, me personally, it's not my kind of beer, but I was intrigued. When you're intrigued, I'll buy it. For me personally, it's not for me. It isn't. It really isn't. It's as I'm going in now, the beer feels slightly flat. But for a gimmick, yeah, it does do it. So boys and girls, faith in custard. It's a very thin beer. It's really thinning out now. Me personally, I wouldn't buy it, but if you're a bit of a sugar addict and you got a bit if you're a bit of a sugar addict and got a bit of a sense of humour, buy it. Thank you very much for watching this beer review. Great to be back, even though it's been about a week. See you on the next one. Cheers.